So we developed our navbar. Let's develop our footer as well, like in this video. And for a small screen also, we are going to develop that. My div is there. Let me close this, delete this, and let's have a JSX instead of div. You will not get any sort of errors as well in the console. Let me have a div here and class name. The top from top, I am giving a fourth margin. I'm writing a class footer. If you need, you can add a class footer and do any sort of like changes, but I will not be writing anything because I'm purely using what tailwinds is. I'm not going to use something like CSS and kind of stuff. Like most people do that, but I'm not going to use that shit. I'm going to use a BG gradient to R from ping 600 to ping 800. Something like gradient I'm using here, and if you feel like you can use a normal BG as well. Like, I giving a padding of at y-axis of 12. Let me write a of 10 XL padding at XX, and font also you can change it here. Like so, I'm writing a font of Sense SCRI, and now I am being adding a div here. Class name. I'm writing a grid. So this is somewhat grid I'm creating of like calls give it of one. These are the Tailwind CSS classes. If I hover here, like what you will get a grid template call and this grid display grid. These are the Tailwind CSS class. And for medium screen, I will be changing grid call to. Let's give a gap as well between the grid. So I'm giving a of 8. Let me write one more div here. Let's give text white font bold text LG MB6 follow us. Something you can write it. I'm writing here. If you see, this is not working fine, but it's okay. I'm writing a UL unordered list. This is a HTML tag. If you have knowledge, if you don't have, don't worry. For unordered, you will be writing UL. For order, you will be writing order list OL, and order means like you will be getting like 1 2 3 order. You will not be getting some bullets plus kind of stuff. Like text gray, I'm giving a text gray of 300. Flex I'm giving, and flex box I'm creating, and flex wrap is there. Flex wrap class is there, and of gap of 4 and item center. Let me show you a flex and flex wrap. Okay, I'm going to a documentation, and here I will be writing flex wrap to prevent items from wrapping. ठीक है. No wrap, and wrap normally flex wrap will work. So if you see wrap, so it will come into the next line if the width is out of the, and flex is utilized to control how the flex item to grow and shrink. How to grow and shrink the item, as per that we can use a flex box. Okay. Let's add a item center. I wrote some of the classes. So if you see here, I had a anchor tag, and we'll be changing that into the link tag. Basically, like when we are doing some modification. And SVG tag I have written here, and class name, fill rule, and these things. Like okay, you can see like follow us, and this is the Facebook button here. Similarly, I can write another classes here. So let's develop some other classes like footer, something like for Twitter or something like that. And then so I have this footer, Instagram, and these things. Like okay, routes are not configured here, so I will be doing that. Similar, I have to use an anchor tag, some SVGs I have written. Like you can use some font or some or whatever you feel like. I wrote some SVGs. Like similarly, like I will be changing it with some React like library in the upcoming videos that we are going to use in the upcoming videos. For now, like let me create another div here, and I'm writing a h4 tag. Some class name I'm writing here, text white font bold text LG MBC, and here write a subscribe. H4 tag, a similar tag like I written here. Let's add a p tag with some classes here. Class name I'm giving a text gray 400. So a gray border will be there. मतलब gray background is going to be. No, sorry, text color has to be changed here. And I'm giving a text 15 px. I wrote something. Subscribe to a dummy text here. You can use anything for your choice. Let me get another div here. Flex. I'm getting a flex and MT6 at the top. I'm giving a margin of 6, and then I'm creating a input tag here. Input is by default a self-closing tag, so you can use something like this one. I have to close the tag because we are using Next.js here. Type equal to email I will be writing here. Placeholder I am writing here. Last name I'm going to write it here BG Gray 200 and text I'm giving at 15 pixel. Rounded I'm giving a rounded of LG. Basically rounded one I can give it of like to give a border kind of stuff, rounded border. PY3 and PX4. Max width I can give something like in MD I can give some max width kind of stuff that can be a width full, and I can give a outline none. The outline none, two PX solid transparent will be there, and MD full width of 100% will be there. Let me add a button here. Let's get a button as well here. So I'm writing a class name. Basically, when you are using a JSX, you have to write a class name instead of class. Otherwise, you will get a exception in the console. But that doesn't mean it will not work. It will work with class also. It is going to work, but we better to avoid some kind of warning kind of stuff. We have to use a class name. So white I am writing here, and rounded I am giving r. Padding of y at 2, x4 at x-axis, next 15 x I am going to write it tracking wide. Okay, tracking wide is going to give a letter spacing of 0.025 em. Letter spacing between the letter, what is the space going to come like? And let's write here subscribe here. I'm writing a button here. Later on we will be creating something like real one, so we will be adding some Next.js code or something like React.js code here React.js code to do that, something like that. Let's write a HR tag here. HR is a self-closing tag. You might know HR tag, and basically it's something line we have to give to distribute the things like we generally use HR tag. I'm giving a margin of 12 pixel and a border of here gray 300. Somewhat our footer is looking like. Let's add our div class here and end the video. So I'm writing a grid and grid of I'm writing everything from scratch. So what's happening here? It is going to take some time, and most of the videos that are available in the market, or you can say like the paid courses as well, they're going to just copy paste the code. Like they are not explaining everything. Like most of the videos I'm talking about, some may explain, some may not explain. So they are it's coming into like 5 to 6 minutes. They are over in the video. Gap I already told, like between the spaces how much I have to put between the grid, and grid I'm getting a grid templates of kind of stuff. You can go to this site and Tailwind CSS and search it. Like let's search it. And, what are the grid templates, grid source, and they are like we are meant to create grids with an equal size, something like grid I'm creating here. And okay, similar to, yeah, I'm writing here div here. Let's write a h4 class here. Class name text white font bold xlg mb6. I'm writing here quick link. This I am giving of y4. This is between the elements, like margin top and margin bottom is being calculated using this. Let's write a li class here. I'm writing a anchor tag here. For now I'm writing a anchor tag. I know like it's not the recommended way, but we are going to change it later on. Like, and I'm writing some class names here. So I'm giving a hover. When I'm hover to that text, I'm giving a text white kind of stuff, and a border, sorry, in add and a text grade 200. Okay, I'm giving two texts here. Let's see like two texts are going to work or not. Okay, has this anchor tag being hover. Let me copy one more, and let me write. Okay, let's copy the whole one thing. Just going to be okay. I'm going to change it. Like guys, yeah, seriously, I'm just adding a random text, something like blocks careers. Guys, one more thing, like we have started our ASP.NET Code Digital Page series. Like if you are not following that, you can follow in our sister channel, Oats and Code. You can check out that. If you want to learn Angular with Angular 17, basically with MongoDB, then you can check out that series as well in our Oats and Code channel. And many more series are available on Oats and Code channel. To do check out that as well. Like, and that's free of course. Like if you talk about like the market, if you want to search that course, you will not get that level as well. And secondly, the level will be down and it will be approx 2 to 3 lakhs. Like, if you want to spend that, you can. Otherwise, you can follow our channel. What's in code as well. Let me write a div as well here. I'm writing a div h4. I know it's taking a bit more time. I'm writing everything from scratch. Let's do one thing, like let me write and then we do. Basically, I wrote something like similar grids as well. So I did it for after careers, like we write up something, everything is same. Like that's the reason I'm not writing it like services, like similar git I've created. There I've written a web development kind of stuff, and here I have written something testing automation and AWS development services mobile. I know it's not relevant to that, but we are going to change it. Like some demo texts are there, similar git for the company kind of stuff, and these contact and that. If I go to here, like I am getting this. Okay, this is the footer. I hope the footer is nice and everything is nice. Yeah. Okay. See, this is how the footer will be there, and there is links, and we will be changing it with some real links as well, like in the upcoming videos. And we can go to the home tab, we can go to the about tag, and everything is working fine. For now, I'm not going to develop this nav bar for the small screen. What is the reason being, like why I'm not developing this? Is a small reason is I want to integrate something like font or some or React packages, React Material UI package. So I'm thinking of to let's cover that in the next video only. So your work is like to just explore that package, and we will be covering everything in the next video. So we have the components available by default components. Like can't be developed using the Tailwind CSS. We can develop using Tailwind CSS as well, but it's going to take some time. I know that I already developed in our website, but the thing is, I'm thinking of to make the work easy. Like let's develop these things, figures as well. Like I feel like figures will be there, so then it's going to be very easy for us. Otherwise, we will be using something like a font or some in the other video. I'm thinking of like let's guys can search here have the material icons, and I feel like I'm okay with this. Icons are there and material icons. SVG icons are there, material icon. Let me search one thing, something like home. Yeah, have this. So I will be using this only, and that's the reason like I'm not covering the navbar for small screen in this video. Next video we are going to cover that, and we will be getting everything in the chat material why we will be covering everything what's going on in chat material why, and all the things we are going to cover in the next video. And we are using chat material UI, so we will not be using anything font custom and these things we don't need it. We will be going with this package only. Like it's a very good package, and you get the things handy. Not only the home tag and these things, we have the select tag, and these you can either go with this select tag, something like this, and or you can go with tailwind seats as well, whatever you feel like. Everything like you have like checkbox and these things, and by default buttons as well we have. But I feel like I will be using tailwind season button, that looks a bit nice. We have many things like we have tables, and we will be using the tank chunk table. This is similar to AG grid if you have used in the professional environment. Basically, we use data table or tank table, and AG grid also used like in most of the environments, most of the companies AG grids are being used. So we are going to use tank table or something like that, and we have by default cards here available, so I can use the card only. I don't need something like tailwind switches cards. That also you can use. Totally depends on you. Bedcomes also I'm getting, but bedcomes these bedcomes are not so nice. Okay. Many things are there. Bottom level. Okay. Let's not develop the small screen pagination. Sorry, we are going to use this bottom navigation. काम चोरी करते हैं serious. So this was a video like we cover upon how to develop a navbar and footer in the Next.js. Hope you like the video. If you found something helpful out of this video, like please do share this video, and also like that like button, and subscribe to our channel if you are new to our this channel. In this channel we are not only covering the Next.js and these things, we will be covering our something related to data science as well, like, and that's a trending topic, and it will cost you approx 2 to 3 lakh. You want to have simple course of data science, and data science is the future, so we are going to cover that as well in the upcoming series. So I'm thinking of like let's start with one video of Next.js 1 week and another video of data science the same week. So two videos parallelly a week. Or you can check out our Oats and Codes channel as well. There we are uploading the videos every day, so we can get a lot of content related to data engineering, or something like web development, or something like backend development. Everything there we are developing, and that's very good resource. You will be getting everything free of cost. So let's meet you in the next video.